In this video, I'm going to audit the SEO of a 7, possibly 8-figure ecom brand, Nootropics Depot. I'm going to cover everything except for technical SEO. I'm just going to assume that the technical SEO is fine. So I hope you can watch this video from start to finish, because I'm going to share as much thoughts as possible. And if you can't watch a video about SEO from start to finish, then SEO is probably not for you, because SEO requires patience. And I think it's a good thing that I'm going to do this, pretty candidly, because then you get a sneak peek into basically the thought process behind auditing a 7-figure ecom brand's SEO, right? And why should you listen to me in the first place? Well, my name is Miko Martinez. I've been in the SEO industry for over 6 years now. I've worked on over 200 projects, and I've helped scale some of them to over 7 figures in annual revenue. Okay, so let's get to the video. So Nootropics Depot. So how is their SEO? How does their SEO look like right now? So I plug their domain into Ahrefs like I always do, and I see okay, they have some decent traffic. They have decent traffic value, good DR, good amount of referring domains. So they have a strong brand. Again, this is a 7, possibly 8-figure ecom brand. So yeah, they're probably going to have decent metrics, right? Because if you invest in paid advertising, if you invest in social media, you're going to naturally acquire some backlinks. If your brand is huge, like 7, 8 figures a year, then you're naturally going to get a ton of backlinks, right? The problem, though, when I look through this, is that almost 90% of their traffic from SEO, their organic traffic, is branded traffic, meaning their SEO sucks. They're practically just ranking for their branded keywords like Nootropics Depot, and people are searching for ashwagandha Nootropics Depot or Penimbute Nootropics Depot, things like that, right? So the SEO sucks. I mean, there's no SEO being done on the site at all. And in this video, I'm going to uncover why and what we can do to improve that and possibly add 6 figures, 7 figures in annual revenue, right? So let's get to it. So the homepage so far looks pretty good. And I like that they are featuring product category pages at the top of the homepage, because product category pages always usually have more search volume than the actual products. Not always the case, but usually, right? If someone's searching for, a vacuum, let's say a vacuum, and they want a portable vacuum, vacuum is going to have more search volume than portable vacuum. And portable vacuum is going to have more search volume than the specific product keywords like Shark portable vacuum or Dyson portable vacuum. This makes sense, right? So it's good that they have a lot of these product categories, but I would plug them into Ahrefs or, do some keyword research to make sure that these actually have search volume, right? Like energy, best nootropics for energy. It's 250 search volume. That's not much. So you might actually be better off featuring popular products like ashwagandha, things like this at the top of the homepage. But again, this, I don't mind this. These obviously have some search volume, like nootropics for energy, nootropics for gut health. But again, you want to do keyword research to make sure that there is actually search volume, because search volume reflects demand. If there's no one searching for nootropics for gut health, maybe the wording needs to be different. Because, for example, if I do keyword research right now and I'm looking at nootropics, right? And I'm sorting it by search volume, looking for what people are actually searching for. And I'm cross-referencing these with these product categories. Some of these product categories are barely searched, right? It makes sense, in people's heads, okay, nootropics for cardiovascular or cardio, right? It makes sense as a category, but when you look at the search volume, there isn't actually much search volume for this, right? You kind of want to come up with other types of product categories. For example, nootropics for ADHD. It's not anywhere here, but that's something that's super popular. That seems to be something that a lot of people are searching for. So you can actually create a product category page targeting, nootropics for ADHD, nootropics for creativity, nootropics for anxiety, for focus, energy, which they have, right? For memory, depression. These are all the product category pages that you should be creating. Again, the search volume reflects demand, right? And if these are high in demand, it makes sense to feature them at the top of your homepage, right? And another reason you want to feature them at the top of your homepage is because if you look at these referring domains, like these backlinks, most of these backlinks are really pointing towards your homepage, right? So you kind of want to funnel all that link juice to the product categories that you want to rank, right? And it's probably going to be these product categories. You want to do some keyword research to see which ones have the highest search volume. It's possible that the products have a lot of search volume as well, right? Like if I do like, let's just say buy ashwagandha, right? Buy ashwagandha. Hope I spelled that right. You buy ashwagandha. Where to buy ashwagandha? Right. This has 1,800 search. Oops, let's go back. This has 1,800 search volume, right? So you kind of want to rank for this, but they're not. And we'll go over that later on. Like we'll go over the product category page. It's probably a product category page, to be honest, or a product page, because I know there are different types of ashwagandha. Like the reason I know the Tropics Depot is actually because I'm a customer. I've been buying their products for like the last 8 years or something. But yeah, they should be ranking for this. There's no reason they shouldn't be ranking for this. Like, who's the Growers Exchange? You know, like, yeah, and yeah, obviously the big ecom brands are there, Amazon, Walmart, but it's not that difficult to outrank them. They're not the experts on nootropics. Nootropics Depot is the expert on nootropics. But again, I'll point out why they're not ranking for these keywords later on, but they should be, right? So yeah, I would again do the keyword research, make sure that the product categories we're featuring here do have search volume, do have search demand, right? And then yeah, probably have featured products. And again, the featured products are going to be the ones with the highest search volume, right? Because search volume reflects consumer demand, and you want to funnel that link juice to the pages with the most demand, most search volume. These pages are going to be the pages that drive the most revenue growth, right? And that's when it's going to allow you to do 6 figures, add an additional 6 figures in monthly SEO revenue. Okay. But other than that, it's pretty good. You know, like it's a good homepage. The navigation's also easy. You know, Shop by Use is the same thing. And again, there's nothing wrong with how they categorize it right now. This probably works for non SEO traffic, right? But for SEO, you kind of want to do the keyword research and see what other product categories or subcategories you can create and target, right? Because again, if you rank for nootropics for ADHD, which Nootropics Depot probably will be able to easily rank for, it's going to be thousands of dollars in additional monthly revenue. Like they're literally leaving probably 6, 7 figures in additional revenue, annual revenue, by not optimizing their sites for SEO. Okay. So that's the homepage and navigation. Next, let's go to the shopping pages. The shopping pages are super key because when it comes to e-commerce SEO, shopping pages are what's going to drive majority of the revenue growth, right? You can publish a ton of blog content if you want, but blog content really won't drive much revenue growth. Like if you rank for buy ashwagandha versus like ashwagandha benefits, like, you know, buy ashwagandha, like these people are lower in the customer journey. They're ready to buy, right? So it makes sense that these pages are going to drive more revenue growth. Okay. So yeah, let's start with the, let's say, product category pages, you know? So if you want to rank this page for nootropics for energy, like, you know, best nootropics for energy, you need to make sure that your key SEO elements are optimized for SEO, right? That those key SEO elements are the H1, URL, and title tag. Right now, they have the word energy for their H1, URL, and title tag. The URL is actually fine because they have nootropics in their domain. So the search engine can kind of understand, oh, okay, it's nootropics energy, right? Energy nootropics. But here, the H1, you need to put nootropics for energy as well because you're not targeting energy. The keyword you're targeting is nootropics for energy. And you need to make it clear to the search engine, right? Little things like this can make a huge difference, okay? And your URL too, right? Like you want to put, like, okay, there's probably there's probably search volume for energy capsules and powders, but again, you want to put nootropics for energy here, energy capsules and powders, right? And then like this is too long. If I look at this on mobile, It basically takes up the whole space above the fold. And if I'm searching for nootropics for energy, I'm not interested in reading this stuff. Majority of people will land on this page and scroll straight down to the products. Like you can literally like use a heat map. They're not going to read this. They're going to go straight down to the product images. So what you can do is like, you can actually keep this, but like limit it to 2 lines and then just add like a button here, like a read more button here that allows you to read more. Because again, like it might look fine here, but on mobile, like, yeah, when they land here, it's like, oh man, like it's a big block of text that 99% of people will not read. Okay. So that's how you want to do it. And then the product grid is actually pretty good. Looks pretty good. I would arrange this again by most popular product to least, just because you want to again sort it by demand, right? And then below, I would add a lot more content. You want it so that you can answer all questions your customers have about nootropics for energy on this page. You don't. It's a bad signal nowadays if a searcher Google's nootropics for energy ends up on your page, but then has to go back because they have a question that they need answered, right? And then you didn't answer that on your page, right? And a lot of ecom brands are reluctant to do this because they're like, oh, Amazon doesn't do this. Like, we don't have to do this. But the thing is, Amazon has a crazy backlink profile and can get away with that. But most ecom brands can't. So they need to add that content below the product grid. Because the reasoning behind this is the search engine is looking for the expert or authority in industry. And to do so, there's only like pretty much 2 ways to do this: content and backlinks, right? That's why Amazon ranks so well for these things, like energy nootropic. Like they literally, this isn't even like a dedicated collection page or category page. It's literally a auto-generated page. But the reason they can rank for this is because they demonstrate authority through the backlinks that they have, right? And the way to outrank them is to show the search engine like, oh no, we're the experts on nootropics. Like Amazon is not. Like our brand is dedicated to nootropics, and we answer questions about nootropics that Amazon doesn't. Right? So you need to add more content to these collection and product category pages, right? Basically expounding and then just answering all the questions that your potential customers have about whatever product category you're talking about. It could be nootropics for energy, or nootropics for focus, nootropics for like what I mentioned, like ADHD, for creativity. Like you can create dedicated collection pages for each of these keywords, and Nootropics Depot will be able to rank quite easily for this, right? So that's what I would do for all these collection pages, and build more collection pages. There's probably so much more collections. These guys have tons of products. I know because I'm a customer. These guys have tons of products. There's probably a ton of keywords, ton of category pages that they can still create based on what products they have. Like I'm pretty sure, right? Like nootropics for libido, nootropics for longevity, right? And like these filters are not enough, right? You want to create a dedicated product category page for each of these target keywords. Okay. So that's what I would do for collections or product category pages. These guys don't use Shopify. I would create a lot more because there's so many keywords that you can target, right? Like I just plugged in nootropics and, nootropics for gaming, etc. Like these are all stuff that you can target, but there's probably a lot more subcategories that don't have the word nootropics on it. Like let's just say like mushrooms for longevity or whatever. Things like this, things like that, right? You just need to do the keyword research. There's probably a lot more you can do, right? Okay, so that's for the product category pages. Then let's do the shopping pages. Like, let's do the product pages. Like, I know they sell ashwagandha, and you saw that ashwagandha was a very popular keyword. Like, where to buy ashwagandha, and there's 2 ways you can do this, right? You can either rank a single product page for ashwagandha, or create an ashwagandha dedicated product category page containing all of your ashwagandha products, right? I would probably lean towards creating a product category page because there's a lot of different types of ashwagandhas. And if I want to buy ashwagandha, it will actually be helpful for me as a customer to see all the different types of ashwagandha. Oh, sensoril. Oh, ashwagandha extract. Shodan, right? Like, and then on that product category page, again, like it's just ashwagandha, URL, ashwagandha, And then your product title, your title tag was probably like buy ashwagandha online, right? And then on that page, you have the product grid just like this. And below the product grid, you talk about ash- ashwagandha, everything, all the questions your potential customers might have about ashwagandha. You want to answer them on this page, you know? Okay, yeah. Yeah, like these questions, like why buy, benefits, like any questions customers have about ashwagandha, add it to the product category page, right? Like I know I said I was gonna do the product page optimization or audit the product pages, but like when I look at ashwagandha, because there's so many different types, it makes sense to actually do a product category page instead of a product page, right? Okay. So now let's move on to the product pages, right? Like sensorial ashwagandha. That's probably a keyword. Sensorial ashwagandha. That's probably a keyword, and that's like okay. It has 900 search volume. It has a ton of search volume. Now that I'm like doing the the what you call this, the keyword research somewhat, I'm realizing that like we're not supposed to be targeting nootropics for energy, nootropics for sleep, things like this. Like we're supposed to be targeting these more specific pages like sensor ashwagandha, by ashwagandha online, things like that. And again, like okay, who's ranking for sensor ashwagandha? Amazon. You can outrank them. They're selling your product. They're literally selling your product, and like this just shows that they're not the expert or authority in this industry. They're selling your product. You should be able to outrank them. The reason you're not outranking them is probably because like this page isn't optimized for SEO. I mean, it's better than the product category pages. Like you have the H1 here, which has central ashwagandha on it. Your URL is way too long. You should optimize this for SEO. Just keep this shorter. Just put central ashwagandha, the target keyword, and the title tag is actually good here, right? The title tag. This is a good title tag. I'm wondering why you don't rank, or why Nootropics Depot doesn't rank. Okay, it does 13th, right? 13th. So you're close, but yeah, you can make a few optimizations, and for the product pages, it's mainly answering more questions. It's answering more questions about sensor ashwagandha. What makes it different from other types of ashwagandha, right? Because in the end, that's pretty much what's stopping you from ranking number one, right? You need to show the search engine that you're the expert or authority in the industry. And again, as I mentioned previously, there's two ways to do that. There's only two ways to do that: content and backlinks, right? You have a decent amount of backlinks, but the content needs to be optimized for SEO. Okay. And yeah, I'm not sure if they have any. Oh, they have a blog, right? So now I've covered shopping pages. I've covered what do you call this? I've covered how to optimize their shopping pages, their homepage, their product category pages, and their product pages. Now let's go to the blog. So I go straight to the blog, and I can see immediately that they don't have much blog posts, and if they do have blog posts, they're from 2023, so they're outdated. This is a problem when it comes to SEO, because like the fact that your blog posts are from 2022, 2023 immediately shows the search engine like, okay, these guys, their content is outdated. Why will we rank them? Like there's probably another brand that's answering these questions better because they're going to be less than a year old, right? So you kind of want to have an active blog, because not because you want to rank the blog posts. Like ranking the blog post is a secondary goal. The main goal is actually to show the search engine that you are the expert or authority in the industry, and internally link those blog posts to the shopping pages that you want to rank, because the shopping pages are going to drive the majority of the revenue from SEO, right? It's usually like 80-90%. Yeah, around 80% probably. Because I can imagine like like blog posts about like benefits of ashwagandha, benefits of like certain mushrooms, things like that, actually driving some good revenue as well, right? But yeah, you need to update the blogs. I mean, like you need more up to date content. Like the content's actually good, it seems, but you need to update them and you need to do more of them, right? Like this is a huge brand. You carry so much SKUs. You have so much SKUs. You have so much products, and you just have like 4 pages of 6 blogs. It seems it's like 24 blog posts. Well, it's going up, so maybe you have way more, and I just can't tell. Yeah, so there's way more, but again, like these are really outdated. Like I'm already at 2020. Yeah, so they probably have way more, but they're not ranking for any of these blog posts, or we would see it, right? So it means that they need to be refreshed, they need to be updated, and yeah, like internally linked to the shopping pages that you want to rank. That's the key thing. Okay. And the last thing is like let's quickly audit the backlinks of Nootropics Depot. That's the last thing really, because again, in the end, it's the SEO is just content and backlinks, right? So let's see what their backlink profile looks like. Right. So let's go to the main page instead of the exact URL. Nope, not this. And let's look at their backlink profile. Right. I want to look at both backlinks and let's just look at backlinks. Right. Only do follow. Let's only look at domains backlinks with a DR over 30 and at least a 1,000 domain traffic. So, okay, there you go. They have 299 backlinks with a DR 30 over 1,000 traffic, which is surprisingly quite low. This is surprisingly low for a brand this huge, right? And if I see how many backlinks they've gotten in the last month, new backlinks in the last month, it's just 5, right? 5. And if I do like group similar, let's see, this is like 3 groups, 2, and these are not good backlinks. It's Papali and it's Telegram, like it's spam. So they don't really have like a real link building strategy. And if they want to rank for those collection pages or product category pages, they're not using Shopify. They want to rank for those product category pages like buy ashwagandha or even like nootropics for energy, nootropics for ADHD. They still need a targeted link building campaign because like, yeah, they have a decent backlink profile, but majority of this is going to be pointing to their homepage, right? And if they want to rank for those product category pages, you still need to build links for them to them, because again, like all these backlinks are in the homepage. Your brand is an authority. Your brand is strong, but if your competitor has 10 backlinks to their, nootropics for ADHD page, and you only have 2, then it's unrealistic to think that you're going to outrank them, because again, backlinks are still key when it comes to SEO. So yeah, I would build backlinks. Like there's clearly no link building being done. There's clearly no SEO being done at all. And they're leaving a lot of easy money on the table, because when it comes to nootropics, like I personally buy from Nootropics Depot myself, and like they're the only brand I would buy from. So they're just sleeping on SEO. They're probably leaving like 6 figures at least of annual revenue, possibly 7 figures in annual revenue from SEO alone, because they haven't invested in it, right? And you can tell they haven't invested in it because none of the content is optimized for SEO. The blog is outdated. There's no backlinks being built. Like I can't audit a link building campaign if there's no links being built, right? Like these are all natural backlinks probably being built to the homepage, right? So there's nothing to audit. But yeah, if they execute a good SEO campaign, like they can probably see results in as little as 4 to 6 weeks because of how strong their brand is. They just need to do it properly. And I don't think they've ever invested in SEO. But yeah, they're leaving some easy money on the table. So if you are, if you know anyone from Nootropics Depot, please let them know that we can execute their SEO campaign for them and probably drive an additional 6, 7 figures in annual revenue for them from SEO alone. So yeah, that's it for now. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you want to learn more about e-commerce SEO and more and watch more deep dives like this, please subscribe to the channel. I have a bunch of videos there. You can check them out right now if you want. But yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for listening. Cheers.